is obviously going to be 30 as the Reaper in the side room here. Just gonna let Wang Zhang all come into this nice close space. What are you guys all doing? I'm Reaper. Bam. They all die. Sextuple kill. As the play of the game going to be Albano Joe, who had
I
some
think this is the
pretty
4-man
big...
alt that he
Yeah,
ends up
I'm
hitting.
thinking so. As, yeah, jumps onto the point, 4-man alt, and this ends up turning into the game-winning fight, or the game-changing fight, as they hold this map on here off this. The play of the game gonna be 30. He had a few actually really big ones that we weren't able to draw a lot of attention to in the heat of the moments, but watch here as he's jumping into Albano Joe, gets the nice stick, and this turned into the cap for, into the hold.
Here in Season 3 of the Batty Overwatch League.
Oh, but Cruise Master coming on in with the Reinhardt play. See what we got here. He sees a juicy, big hammer down, and they're going for a ride.
Nice.
Oh, man. And that helped them get back into the game for that nice, big comeback.
Uh-huh. Chromatic on the Torp. He's gotten to play the game already this season on Torp, so let's see what this one's all about. Going for the left clicks, there's one. And he's gonna land a couple more. Oh, wait out the deflect. Boom! What the great play of the game is here. Your Pendry as Mercy.
He's four. Oh, he sees four people. And he gets a shot. Oh, and he dies.
There you go.
The vampires.
Sound resumed. Microphone muted. Microphone sound activated. Muted. Sound resumed.
All right, and we are live with the Batty pregame show. I am UTech, and with me is 30.
Hello.
Taking in over for Joey today. He got a flat tire.
Yeah, he's down and out for the count, at least for now. Hopefully he'll be rejoining us at some point tonight.
I mean, hopefully he gets home safe and sound. Apparently there's actually a tornado in southern area, so it's not gonna hit anybody, but hopefully it doesn't hit Joey, because that'd be a tragedy.
It would be.
Anyway, guess what, 30? We are in the playoffs week. We're in week 1 of the playoffs, and we have Triu in the finals versus Very Aggressive Genji, the 3rd and 4th seed, respectively. And I'm ready to see a pretty good game, man.
Yeah, no, this should be a good one. I think there's a lot of expectations, or maybe predictions on how tonight is going to play out. But, in true Batty League fashion, anything can really happen. And I am excited for exciting plays and maybe some unexpected turns.
I mean, both teams have been practicing throughout the 1 week bye that we did have. People just trying to learn what they can about, some of the recent changes that have been happening. Although been playing a lot of games, as I'm sure, with Doomfist, as he's the newest addition to the Overwatch family. But so far, he's not going to be seen in the playoffs at all.
Yep, totally out for Season 3 Batty Overwatch League. So we don't have to worry about Blizzard's balancing mistakes.
Yep, and especially since, in the weeks to come, they might be doing the Roadhog and Junkrat balancing changes as well, if those ever go through.
Yeah, no, I've actually heard from people who play the PTR that it's better than you would think, but it still leaves Roadhog without like a clear identity, and he's still just like not at all what people would like Roadhog to be. But that's up to Blizzard, Papa Jeff.
I mean, I think if Doomfist has a 4-second punch, I think Roadhog should have a 4-second hook.
Right.
I mean, I think it's balance. It's balance, man.
It seems fair to me.
But so getting on this on some things that have happened, on week 10 of the regular season. The standings we have are looks like Wang Zhang came out on top with 17 overall wins. Then wins Stony with 14. See you in the finals. I believe they had 10, and then Very Aggressive Genji with 9. And Lenny Face sadly will not be with us.
Riff.
They only had 5 wins out of it. Didn't have a very good running throughout the entire season, but did have a lot of good plays coming in. You had Tree coming in as the explosions expert. He did a lot. Well as Ball Sexy, half and half. Failed Destiny, and then also we saw an appearance from the Miracle Man himself.
Yeah, he managed to show up in every Baddie League season in some form or another.
And I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like a flip of a coin. Either you're gonna get a fantastic miracle, or things aren't gonna go your way.
It's the price you pay with the Miracle Man.
I mean, he did a very bold strategy with the teleporter right on the point in Lijiang Tower. I mean, it could have worked. It could have worked, but I think timing is everything.
It is, and that was an interesting placement. Was I casting that game? I believe I was with you.
Yeah, I think we both were.
Yeah, that I think I brought it up at the stream at the time, but it's interesting because when people enter the point, what do you shoot first? The people or the teleporter? Like it's a very small space, and you have to kill the people on the point to try to cap it back. I think they had point control too, so very interesting. Yes, very fringe strategy there, but it didn't work out.
I guess it depends on who you're running. If you have like a Pharah, you could be able to, just poke it from very far away. You don't have to worry about damage fall off with the rockets.
True.
But I think the biggest thing is that for plays of the game throughout the entire regular season, been keeping track, and there's a 3-way tie between for number of plays of the game. I believe they all have 7. I think is the count.
Mm-hmm.
They all of them have 7. There's it's between Josh Danko, you 30, and Albino Joe for most plays of the game.
Oh yeah. Were all of those on Mercy for Joe?
Yep, they were all on Mercy because
Perfect.
he's been relegated to Mercy duty.
Perfect. I was maybe hoping that you'd see like a sim play the game in there, but no, that's fine.
No, it's okay. We have T-Mic playing Symmetra just to rub it in Joey's face.
Bro, that's trying to take his baby Symmetra away from him. That's bold.
I know. I mean, I just want to here's what I want to do. I want to make a Smurf account with that guy, and then just run Torb Symmetra each game. See if we can climb up to Diamond. See if it's possible.
Dude, honestly, you could get honestly, yes, you can. I mean, well, I do know 2 one-tricks. Destro is a Torb one-trick, like top 500, and then it's just Stevo is a sim only top 500 player as well. So it can be done, but together as a duo, that's even more dangerous. Like you just hope that you keep drawing 2 CPs, right?
Well, you can still technically do it on a King of the Hill map. I mean,
true.
Torbjorn can actually work really well if you have a Zenyatta and a Torb. Because if you think about it, you can run a 4 DPS Torb Zenyatta, And what'll happen is you just have your Zenyatta stay near the turret wherever it's placed, and then it peels for you. You don't even have to worry about anyone diving onto you.
An auto peeler.
Yep, it's an auto peeler, and then you have Torbjorn, going off with all the DPS. Hunky Go Dory with this Swedish yeah, he's Swedish, right?
Yes, Swedish.
Yeah, Swedish accent, going like, oh hey, you're gonna kill me, or you're gonna kill the turret, and either way, there's 2 threats.
Mm-hmm.
It's like playing with an extra person. 7v6. It's a good game. GG. But I think going back to some of the plays of the game, I think the biggest upset of all of them was that dirty Reaper ultimate, the Death Blossom that you had, that wrecked Wang Jiang Tower. Just in was it Hollywood?
Yeah.
In that small little space.
Yeah, not a lot of action happens in that area. I just remember, like, I was really trying to get that flank going, and then it, like, slowly, like, your team just figured it out, and, like, let's just stuff this guy. And everyone just, like, we all just started fighting over in that little alleyway room. I've never really seen a fight there, but, yeah, I mean, real skillful execution. I have an auto clicker set to Q whenever it's up. So.
I was gonna ask, because so it has been proven. You have confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Auto clicker is there.
Yes,
Q.
I am hacking. Yes, that's it, folks. That's the secret.
You heard it here, folks. 30 is a hacker, and it's not his aim is all him. He just needs a little help pressing the Q button.
Mm-hmm.
All those McCree ults that all of a sudden happens out of nowhere. You're just like, oh man. I mean, I don't move around with the WASD keys. I decided I needed a little bit more room everywhere, so I used TFGH, and Q is way too far away.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're setting up for the next game, which should be see you in the finals or tree you in the finals against
Did we talk about that?
A very aggressive Genji. No, we haven't talked about it too much.
Yeah.
It looks like we're gonna get some good games in. Josh Danko there, I think he's in the wrong side.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay, because that's just how this game works sometimes, especially with custom games.
Yeah. Working on it. Yeah, but Tree filling in for Hook Resets. Cal, while he's vacationing it up in Spain. Should be pretty deadly. I mean, Tree is, arguably one of the better players in this league, and his team record didn't show that, but he's quite a force to be reckoned with, and I think, I mean, obviously, Tree being good friends with some of the players here on C in the finals, the synergy is already there for the most part, and he can slot in, so I think this is a very dangerous lineup still for C in the finals. Like, arguably, maybe even better than Hook Resets. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see tonight.
Well, I mean, yeah, it definitely could be, especially since, C in the finals doesn't necessarily enjoy running the dive too hardcore. And Cal is one of those people that, since he has the Genji, he knows how to kind of get in there. But like with any dive, you need 2 people. You need at least one person to disrupt and one person to, be able to dish out the damage. That's why you see, Winston out there. Or even now I'm seeing a lot of people run triple DPS with Doomfist, Genji, and Tracer. And you can just use Doomfist the same way you used Winston.
Same way you use Winston? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
If you're able to get that pick off, or at least do a lot of damage to a tank, especially if enemy has a Reinhardt, you can just knock down the shield for a little bit, and then all of a sudden slice and dice and some tracer shots, and all of a sudden you got a dead tank.
Boom.
Where's your front line?
Gone. And there the team crumbles.
But then again, it's really is this next season is was it we're on season 4? I think, or are we on season 5?
For
I never
competitive,
remember.
season
Yeah,
5.
competitive. All right. Well, season 5. I mean, it was the era of dive comp, and it's gonna be done soon. But are we gonna see more dive in the future? Or are they gonna set up a few balances as the season kind of keeps going?
I think is for there's only 12 or 11 days. I forgot. I haven't checked. Left in the competitive season. I think the only balance change we might see is the Roadhog PTR change and whatever changes there are otherwise on the PTR. I'm not sure if there's any other ones pending right now, but I think that's the only one we might even see before the end of the season. Otherwise, I think it's gonna stay pretty much what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they at least do something a little bit more to Roadhog, just because either make it so that he's able to, dish out a little bit more control, or is able to just kind of like, I don't know, extend his skin to be a shield. Like, I mean, he's got a pretty big belly. I mean, just absorb bullets with your stomach.
Yeah. Yeah. The damage reduction, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna be. They can't just do like a passive damage reduction. I know they do have the damage reduction, take a breather, but I mean, you're primarily not gonna be using take a breather, like just to body block everything you can for other people.
Right. Yeah. With Overwatch, a lot of it comes down to feeding ultimates, right? Like pretty much every pro by now, we're, like you said, 5 seasons into this game, people have figured out that a lot of this game is determined by ult economy, and ultimates really are like the main driving force of how you make plays or how you gain ground in Overwatch. So feeding unnecessary ult charge to the enemy team is bad. Roadhog is the biggest abuser of that, right? He's a giant fat hitbox, super easy to hit, easy to get critical headshots on. Now that he can move around, sure, he can dodge a little bit more of that, but he's still taking that damage. It's reduced by 50%, but like it's at the end of the day, he's still just this huge moving ult box like that. You just get ult from him. You just a soldier, you just shoot him anywhere, and you can get your attack visor really, really quickly. So I don't know how it's gonna play out. I don't think we'll see him in like competitive like pro level play if those changes go through. But
here's a thought: what if he always wears like a mask on him? What if they make it so that headshots don't count on him on his mask side? So as he's facing someone, he's not able to get headshot damage towards him.
He wouldn't be able to get criticaled?
Yeah, only on the back of his head.
When he's taking a breather?
Oh, all the time.
All the time. Oh, like a passive. That would help. Yeah, I mean, like actually, someone on Reddit did propose, what if Roadhog, he just had a passive that says he feeds like less ult charge or something. Or like they designed it in such a way where he doesn't have that downside, right? It's interesting, but I don't like that idea because I like the consistency of like how much you should know, like how much ult charge you're getting with the abilities you're using on like every hero regardless of who they are. But it's interesting. I like that idea more actually. Maybe even while you're just taking a breather you can't get criticaled or something. That seems fair enough. So
yeah, especially since if he is just a big giant sack of flesh that's supposed to be a sponge for bullets, I mean you gotta give him some caveat. Otherwise, I mean you're gonna be gaining a lot of ult charge anyway if you shoot him.
Mm-hmm. So we're just going through the map ban. So it's a normal map ban like usual, even though seeing the finals does start with that 1 game advantage here in the best of 5. Pretty standard bans coming out here. Looks like seeing the finals are going straight for the control maps, the King of the Hills. They did Lijiang, Nepal, Oasis, Ilios right in a row.
Yeah, they definitely don't want to see those just because. I mean, I'm guessing they probably are having a bit more success in the assault maps. As you see, they're also banning some of the payload maps as well.
Yeah, well, actually, very aggressive Genji is going for escorts and hybrids, and now AJ0, yeah, with Horizon and Anubis, they're taking out the 2 CPs. So King of the Hills and 2 CP is not they don't want that for seeing the finals.
So we're just gonna see King's Row. Is that I'm gonna
I
call?
see that. You gotta believe, guys, everyone that's watching, King's Row will be played tonight. There's absolutely no doubt about it.
It happens in the pro scene. It happens everywhere. It's always Route 66, King's Row, or Numbani. One of those maps.
Yeah. Honestly, if it was up to pro players, if they determined map pools, you wouldn't see 2 CPs, I don't think. But a lot of the, I guess the current tournaments, the tournaments that have gone on, they've usually done map pools, or like every game within a set, you're playing one game mode, and then the teams just decide, or maybe ban back and forth between that mode. So like all the control maps, ban down to 1 or something like that. World Cup did something similar. Apex tournament has also a similar format where maps are going to be played. Every mode and every map will probably be played throughout the course of the season. Makes it a little bit more exciting. I'm sure there's like Blizzard intervention on the back end for that, because Blizzard really wants people to play their maps and just enjoy all of them, regardless of balance. But
well, maybe they should have thought of that before they made 2 CP.
I'm really hoping that they just straight up copy TF2 and do 5 CP, because if anyone here in the chat played competitive TF2 and played like 5 CP, like CP Granary, it's just an incredibly balanced game mode. It's each team starts with their point, and then they have to work towards the middle. There's a middle point that's uncapped at the beginning, and teams just basically tug of war, and you try to push all of the points back onto the enemy team. So, and so like you do get into a 2 CP situation at the end, right? Like when you're sieging on that 5th and final point that is the enemy team's base, you're still gonna get like those really quick respawns. But you had to work all the way there, and at the end of the game, there's a timer. So if you have more points, or like the more control at the end, you're gonna win the map.
Right.
But I think we're ready here.
Yeah, and we're gonna be playing Hanamura.
Wait. Banning or picking play, and oh wow, I didn't even change it. Perfect. All right. And both teams are ready, so let's do this thing. Oh, I gotta change the overlay. There you go.
Traveling to Hanamura.
So with that, we got our 2 teams. See you in the finals versus very aggressive Genji at Hanamura. Now, we're gonna see either one of 2 things. We're gonna see aggressive dive or more aggressive dive, depending on if they're attacking or defending. I could be wrong, but I'm probably not wrong.
Probably not. I agree with your prediction there.
Or we'll see kind of a variation of from what people can play.
Sorry.
Just trying to take some of the power picks from wide dive is so good. Just kind of mishmash it into their own styles. Because even though the dive meta picks are so really good, if you're better at something else, you kind of need to play that, because you can understand that you can outplay people in your 1v1 situations or as a team.
Children, behave.
Right. That's always a possibility. And if you do put yourself in those advantageous positions, and you do come through on the clutch and win those 1v1s, your team can't be stopped. So
Looks
we got
like,
see you in the finals here on the blue side, defending first on Hanamura.
Yep, and it looks like they're going to be running kind of a forward defense with the Mei and Valkyor on the Reinhardt. As well as Dano going to try to jump around a little bit. Just try to do some monkeying around as he kind of jumps in and tries to play the choke. Now that's especially what the defense wants to do. when they have this Mei. They're just going to try to keep that gate shut and make sure no one can jump in. Oh, and here comes in Thor, trying to be aggressive. Already coming in alone. And Tree's able to take out Josh Danko, and the back line is able to take out Thor. But the front line of See You in the Finals is already down with Valkyr, as well as another pickoff onto AJS0 on the Mercy, making sure that there's one less healer on the side of See You in the Finals. But it looks like they're able to hold this as Dano on the Winston jumps in and is able to clean up Chromatic on the Soldier 76.
Yeah, first good hold there for seeing the finals, and that's always really important for momentum and morale. It feels really bad to get rolled on that first attack here on these two CPs, especially if you then subsequently get rolled into a quick 2-point capture on from the attacking team. But seeing the finals seemed like I've had a pretty good grasp of the setup so far.
It looks like, especially on this attack, they have the Lucio, so they kind of just need to wait until they have 6, use the Lucio speed boost. Oh, and a nice pickoff off on Dano. That's one less person they have to deal with. But they do have to worry about the ult economy, and here goes the res, making sure they have full 6 on this thing. But Dano is going to have to pop his Monkey Rage, as he's taking a lot of heat from very aggressive Genji. And that's going to build up their ultimates, and that's going to give them two support ultimates and 2 offensive ultimates, as well as Thor coming in with his ult. And there's Thor trying to block out the Ana in the background with the bubble shield. And Josh Danko coming in with a nice ult, getting down Valkyr on the right and the Mercy. And it's a clean sweep, as that is a team wipe. Very aggressive Genji, and that is point number 1 as Thor fails to jump over the gate, try to get to round 2. Wow! Now that was a very, very clean fight, utilizing all their ultimates, and they still have the res for this next team fight. Won't be able to, since no one is staggered, it was a clean team fight, they'll be able to kind of set up again, but they'll be able to allow very aggressive Genji to get the high ground. But looks like the defense is coming in, and a nice fail to try to zone out everyone that they can, being able to stabilize the point. Oh, it looks like someone's trying to do a little backcamping. Josh Danko being a sneaky little asshole.
Yeah, but the push gets repelled. So seeing the finals hangs on. They got a long way to go here. A little under 5 minutes left for this 2-point hold. But it's a good one. I think it probably favors defenders, like most 2 CPs. But this one can be a little bit easier than the other ones.
Looks like Thor's trying to come in the back and Crystallize getting taken out, allowing them to only do a 5-man push if they go in. Gonna have to try to regroup, considering that is the only ult economy they have on their team. While they still have 3 people with their ults. Think twice up top, able to take out Valkyrior. Seeing if he can take out anyone. But gonna get taken out himself by Tree in the footsie battle.
Yeah, that would have opened up very aggressive Genji to a pretty good push in there. I mean, even just getting those 2 downs, they're gonna be up right away, but it just means a lot to try to get space when they're down.
Oh, and that was a very good job by Josh Danko, moving back Tree to deny the entire ultimate. And ultimate's coming out on both sides. Chromatic getting blocked out by D.Va, getting D.Va herself. Josh Danko getting taken out himself. Only 3 people on the attacking side able to stay up. Chromatic left, making one less person think twice. Able to get a nice 2-person ult, making sure they're able to get at least 1 piece of the pie, as well as 2 people left on the attacking side, as Blabur is going to be able to pick up and control the rest of the team. Chromatic, can you get away? And no, that's going to be a small stick. Oh, but a nice 3-man res to bring 4 people back onto the attacking side, making sure everyone can go. No one going down yet, playing who they can see, who they can get before. Blabur trying to Mei wall in the back, and a nice Mei Blizzard coming in, trying to get everyone on point, make sure no one can contest, as looks like the defending side of See in the finals is taking heavy casualties, as very aggressive Genji is able to keep on taking points. Is anyone going to be able to get on?
Oh!
And it looks like 2 points on the side of very aggressive Genji.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the Mei Blizzard, the placement was, perfect. I mean, I guess it's pretty easy, right? You put the big circle in the big square. But it didn't seem very effective, and right at the tail end there, Tree channeled the Deadeye that could have taken Josh Danko out, but he got down to like 10 HP, and then the sound barrier came in right afterwards to keep him up and healthy. So really good attack there from Very Aggressive Genji. Really good start to the match tonight.
I mean, I'm actually very, very impressed by just both assaults on point 1 and point 2, or point A and point B.
Mm-hmm.
It's you know, it's definitely showing Thor is doing a very good job on that Winston, being able to kind of deny the Ana of any sort of healing with the bubble, just making sure that that one key healer is able to stay zoned out to make sure that if there's a pick on their side, then hey, they're going to be able to roll it down.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm curious on how they're going to run their defense after looking at what I assume. I guess I wasn't checking the compositions too closely throughout the entire match, but it looks like they're running triple DPS that entire round for Very Aggressive Genji. Maybe not the entire one, but I know at the end they had Reaper, Pharah, and Soldier attacking.
You're right. They only had the one healer and the Mercy.
Yep. Or no, they had your Pendrai and Lucio, so they're actually just running the solo tank and Thor. So I wonder if they're going to do the same thing here. Looks like they will, but they pivot Thor to the Reinhardt here, sort of a better chokeholder here on Hanamura, and then your Pendrai flexing over to Symmetra.
Now the interesting thing is how they're going to take this attack, because if you look at it, if someone can get into that, you know, small window opening, they might be able to take out those turrets. Oh, and Babur getting booped back, trying to charge back to see if we can get anything with them, but unable to really do anything. Resetting the point. Oh, and Tree, Zedekus, and AGS0 all getting picked off. Oh, same with Valkyrior on the Winston, and it looks like the defense is going to have the high ground on this.
Yeah, that's actually just some slick shooting there from Very Aggressive Genji. They took out the Pharah, the Tree, the big threat in the sky, and just finished up everyone else on the ground. Babur's not able to sort of get in front and tank anything really. But Tree, that starts it off there.
Looks like Dano already being taken out. That's one less person to attack with. Valkyrior trying to help out on the front line. Making sure again, jumping into the back line, seeing if he can get any of the healers. Unable to really get so much. But the Reaper is going to be able to do a lot of damage into Valkyrior's face as he goes down. As two people, Zedekus and Tree, now with AJS0, kind of being sneaky in the back line and taking the point. As Very Aggressive Genji is scrambling to get back onto the point. There goes Thor, getting a nice three-man hammer down onto both Lucio and Mercy, making sure no one can stay on. And it looks like an Angry Monkey is going to be popped, try to do what he can to stall, but he just needs to get out of there, as they're only going to be able to take 2 pieces of the pie.
Yeah, I mean it was kind of closer at the very end, but man, the sim feel when you're playing Symmetra and you just barely get that teleporter out before your team loses the point, and that was very crucial. It taxis Thor with his Earthshatter up onto the point, and like you said, 3-man Earthshatter, 2 of those being the supports, and will keep the point for a little bit longer here.
It looks like Think Twice uses Assault to get rid of the Mercy, and also everyone else trying to do what they can to get rid of the DPS. But it looks like Chromatic, Crystallize, and your Pendry are going to be able to hold on to the point, as this is another solid defense. But it looks like with that, team in the finals is going to definitely have a little bit more ult economy, as Very Aggressive Genji have used all of theirs. Think Twice trying to be a little sneaky. Babur unable to, all alone, trying to push by himself, not showing very much discipline and being with his team.
Yeah, little communication breakdown there. He was going in, he was charging, he's looking for that juicy Earth Shatter, but his team is nowhere to be found with the backup support there. But yeah, the ultimately just got a little bit better actually with the push there. Now they have 4, soon to be 5, with that one of those being res. So a very good ult economy here for this push.
I'm very surprised Zedekus, they're not just going as a full man. Oh, and here comes the beat dropped by Zedekus and Lucio, making sure everyone's trying to get in, but they are stopped in the front line as Zedekus is getting taken out by Thor, having to res him. The Winston also being taken down, but the Mercy, crucial pick on the defense with the res, not going to be down. And it looks like frag after frag after frag is going down. And it looks like Tree able to get a nice 2-man ult with Josh Danko and think twice on the Reaper and the Pharah. And a nice, comfy insurance res.
Oh,
Make sure that 6 people stay on the point.
I like that term, the insurance res. You really pay for that insurance, don't you?
They've taken out a life insurance with Mercy. And it looks like they're trying to go in balls deep and try to just get to the point. Overtime being popped, but it looks like very aggressive Genji is going to get this.
Wow, yeah, there it is.
It looks like see in the finals just was not able to breach the defense, not able to just kind of go in as a team. Must be a breakdown of communication, or just not enough practice on working as a team on 2CP, but not unable to really find any picks or anything. But oh, here comes Crystallize, taking out a life insurance policy, making sure he needs to res some people.
There it is. Yeah, that was a fantastic res. Yeah. Well, I mean, I see him really just cleaned up super fast after that, but I mean, I think it was needed, and it was definitely like the right moment when you're playing Mercy. That is a time when you do res, to ensure keeping that point. And they went full in on the full hold, right? I mean, they came out of the gate with Symmetra in the composition, so they were very willing to do everything they could to hold on to that first point.
Definitely a very risky play, especially if they were able to not only convincingly take point A, but if they also were able to stagger them, that would be the nail in the coffin, and that would bring it into overtime. But it looks like in the 5-game series, we are going to see a 1-to-1 with very aggressive Genji versus C in the finals. And so far, what maps do you think we're going to see in Game 2?
Well, so with the map win, very aggressive Genji bans 4 here, and then C in the finals will pick 1 remaining. I can imagine a very aggressive Genji would ban the 2 CPs. They've done it a lot this season, and I mean a lot of teams do it if they're. I mean, that's pretty much just like the default, right? Just ban the 2 CPs and just play on anything else. But as far as picking, this has to be the moment where we see Kings Row, right? For seeing the finals, that is definitively their map.
I'm so ready to see Kings Row. You know, it's just, it's like everyone has their map. It looks like very aggressive Genji has Hanamura, Lenny Face has Nepal, Wang Zhang has Lijiang. I mean, everyone has their map.
That's true. And I mean, some teams have lots of maps. There's like a game mode, right? Like, I know my team, we play a lot of King of the Hill. we try to go to control as much as we can. But yeah, I mean, Hanamura win here for very aggressive Genji. Now, this sort of puts into CU in the finals, it puts into their mind like, hey, very aggressive Genji beat us on Hanamura, so I don't think they can ever risk going back to 2CP, right? I mean, I don't know how they felt about that loss, or maybe it was a different breakdown, but it just seemed like very aggressive Genji had a sort of better hold on that map.
I mean, exactly, and it's just you gotta kind of also go with what you're comfortable with. It's going to be definitely, from what we have seen out of seeing the finals. I mean, usually they have been comfortable on the 2CP, but definitely the hybrid maps. So Kings Row being one of them, and just trying to do their best to get some traction here to try to get back into the fight.
Yep, and I mean, definitely needed, right? I mean, it's a good morale for seeing the finals if they get a map win here, because it's an actual map win, right? It's not that one game advantage they came with just based on regular season score.
Right. And who knows? Maybe, I mean, here's the other thing, is that in the past 2 seasons we've always seen the third place team, win it. So maybe very aggressive Genji is gonna, give them a big run for their money.
Perhaps. I mean, I would love to see it. I'm down for Game 5 hype all the time. So that'd be fun. I think that'd be a pretty hyped up, stressful moment for all of these players if it actually went down to that 2-2 scoreline. Bans coming in from Very Aggressive Genji, Route 66, Gibraltar, Hollywood, and Numbani. So surprising. They take out 2 hybrids and 2 escorts.
I definitely feel like they must be feeling much better on either some of the game modes that aren't played too much. Maybe they'll bait out a lunar colony. Who knows? But
oh god, that would be bold. You know, and honestly, I don't know. Like a lot of these teams, I think you might have said earlier in the stream, but a lot of these teams have been practicing, especially these two. My team, your team. We scrimmed. I mean, every team is really amping up practice and trying to get in form for the playoffs here. And some of these teams might have some secret strategies planned on some maps that, like you just pointed out, you don't see very often. Horizon Lunar Colony. I rarely even get that in solo queue, and you should have like a same percentage, right? If you get just random, but it's like a very fringe map, I think, and especially at my elo, people just do whatever. There's like actually no defined good way to like do anything on that map.
Oh yeah, and I mean especially with that map, it's actually percentage points of it. It's very heavily skewed in the attacking side. I believe it's what is it? Only 45% of the defending side wins, and then it's like a 55% chance to win if you're on attacking side.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those weird maps that it's where like a Orisa and Torb comp could actually work, because you can just hide a turret, especially since it'll see a lot of heads coming its way, and all you got to do is just place your mobile shield right in front of the turret.
Yeah, Orisa you're right, that's a good point. This is like her map. Or I guarantee has a way higher pick rate on that map than other ones. She does very, very well, especially first point. Second point, pretty debatable on her effectiveness, but first point for sure with the Torb. It seemed, if anything was going to be meta on that map, I think that would be like the meta defense starting composition would be a Torb and Orisa. It's just kind of a safe bet, and it's also really fun.
And I mean, I would like, for some odd reason, I just want to see Torbjorn in one of these games.
I think we're gonna see it. I feel like we have to, right? Like,
right? I mean, it's
we
like
saw Sim. I mean,
we saw Symmetra. I mean, we've been hyping up King's Row all this time. I mean, of course we gotta see it.
Right? Yeah.
Gotta see it.
Exactly. Torb, it does fantastically on first point King's Row. So guys, we're just waiting on some AFK action here from seeing the finals, but hopefully we'll get to the second map of the night here, third in the series.
Going back to the PTR point, apparently Orisa also has another fun PTR change.
I forgot about those PTR changes. Those are huge. I actually just saw the shield difference today. It is way larger. It's actually bigger than Reinhardt's shield, I think. And
is it?
Yeah, and the way that they also changed like the sort of the shape of it, it actually curves even like more.
It curves downwards as well. So
right.
You can put it on top of something and it'll curve down a little bit.
Yes.
Actually, I really like that change.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially if it's something that is like, all right, you have to place it there and it stays there. Like I can understand it being slightly bigger. That, and you being a battle goat, your head is the size of Jupiter over there.
Yeah. Her hitbox, you're right. The head hitbox is one of her bigger problems, especially.
Yeah, but the other big thing is that was it the bullet travel speed?
Projectile speed. Yep.
Yeah, the projectile speed. They're increasing that, so you're gonna be able to not be like old school anti-air turret. We're no longer playing World War II plane gun turret simulator. You're gonna actually be able to land some hits.
Yeah, no, for sure. I played I dabble in Orisa, and it definitely is one of the probably the hardest, aside from like mastering halt and trying to get down like all the cool angles for that, because there's just so many varied uses for that. But if you just want to like get really consistently good at Orisa, it's all about like sort of tracking, sort of leading your targets with your primary fire, and the projectile speed is just going to make that loads easier. Like up close, she will be an absolute monster.
And it looks like we already have a Pickett's map, as we're going to be going all the way to Dorado.
Ah, okay.
So choosing a escort escort mission. Definitely been seeing this map a lot. I personally really enjoy Dorado as a map, just because there's a lot of variety in what needs to be done at each point. Definitely the very first cap is always the hardest. That's where you're going to be able to get the hardest defense and hardest kind of roadblock, just to be able to get through that archway. And then after that, you got Streets phase, which allows for a little bit more open play, allows for everyone just to kind of roam around a little bit, and then you finally get into the building, into I don't know exactly what the pros call it, but definitely giving that advantage to the defending side again, and allowing them to just kind of keep spawning, and it's definitely a lot of strain on the attacking side, but a lot of fun if you're able to get it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fun map. I think I had a sore spot for it early on, but it's growing on me, and it's really, to just state once again, it's this beginning archway roadblock that is just so critical, and it is so Dorado. It is when everyone thinks of Dorado, they have to think of this archway here, this choke that is so tough for attacking teams sometimes to get through. But there are a lot of creative ways you can get around it, actually. And I hope teams maybe start implementing some of these cool ideas. Like, there is this higher, on the bridge part, there actually is like a behind part here that you can flank over with some characters, Genjis, Winstons, Pharahs, people that can climb walls, Hanzo as well.
Right next to that big mega pack if you're on the attacking side on the right side, that back little area that no one ever really goes to.
Yeah, there is a mega back here too, and yeah, you're right. No one remembers this. No one knows.
Or if you are like anyone who can jump, just being able to use the roofs to your advantage, allowing you to just kind of slide and kind of get the drop on someone.
Yep, but here we are, and it's going to be seen in the finals on the red side, starting their attack first on Dorado. Badge on the defense here, holding the top platform like usual.
And we're going to see Blabur on the D.Va. Going to see if they can try to, eat up any projectiles as they can, as they kind of get through to this first very big choke point of the archway. It looks like Blabur is going to try to be as aggressive as he can, already getting D-macked, as well as AJS0 on the Mercy getting picked off. So that's already down 4 people on the attack, and it looks like they are in a horrible position for this attack, but a great position for very aggressive Genji, and it looks like so far it's kind of going their way.
Yeah, and this is really dangerous for seeding the finals to get that card stuck there, but it looks like they're gonna be able to get to the top of the hill.
Looks like they're able to keep pushing, and it's Valkyr on the Reinhardt, able to get a few hits in there. Think twice, almost getting picked off. Thor being super low, but has quite a bit of energy on him, being able to dish out quite a bit of damage, as both sides aren't able to find a good angle to try to get either into the back line or try to get a pick themselves. Looks like we're just going to kind of keep on doing it, as Chromatic on the Soldier going to try to get the high ground. Getting booped out from the back. Oh, and a nano boost going on Valkyr. Unable to do anything as he gets picked off before he's able to do anything. AJS0 on the Mercy getting a res. And a Rocket Barrage coming in from Josh Deko. And a nice big black hole coming in. Or I should say Graviton Surge. Sorry, I've been watching the International all last week. I've been trying to channel my inner Toby Wan. Alright.
Interesting, yeah. So that will they'll win the team fight there for Vag, and Crystallize. It was almost a really bad wasted res there, because he moved up and I saw it in his eyes. He was looking for that res, but he saw the Graviton come through and he's like, okay, never mind, we got this. So he keeps the res, and AJ0 using his last fight, so they do have that advantage going into this next team fight.
And definitely, although a very good effort to get that res onto the Reinhardt, onto see in the finals, I definitely think they should use it. Oh, and a nice 2-man hammer down with the charge, making sure he can try to get Valkyr can try to get someone, and a nice call down on with the D.Va, making sure he's able to get Thor Zarya off. Oh, nope, Zarya's still there. My bad. But still pushing, they will go as Trio in the finals will be coming on in. And a nice pick by Chromatic onto the supports, making sure that there is no healing, as they're going to be able to route the attacking side. back to their base, and I was wrong. I was wrong. It looks like the defense hold. I was getting very excited thinking that being in the finals was going to actually be able to push through and get point 1.
Yeah,
Are we going to
Chromatic.
see? Yeah, it looks like Chromatic's popping off this game.
He is. Chromatic is playing some of the best play he has all season there, and he was left untouched there, and he was able to sneak around, get on top of the bridge, and get behind seeing the finals, and casually just like kills AJ Hero from behind. It was already too late by the time he said, "Hey guys, there's a soldier behind me killing me," and he goes down and winning the team fight basically off of that.
Looks like Treek trying to come in. Looks like he's trying to get an ult that he can see. Oh, and a nice Graviton Surge coming in, making sure that Josh Danko can get some kills. And look at all those, of those kills that Josh Danko is able to follow up on with that Graviton Surge. And that will secure only 69 meters. Giggity.
Giggity, indeed. Holy man, and they're doing it. Very aggressive Genji. No Genji, but
No,
very
not Genji
aggressive.
at all. they're playing. You have to applaud them. They're playing very, very much like a team. They're just making sure that they're getting the picks. They're making sure that they're controlling whatever is going on, and I don't see. It seems like CU in the finals is playing very, very timidly. They're not willing to jump on in to try to harass the back line or see if anything can be done. They're trying to get a pick from their one position and playing at the choke. They're playing towards the defense area.
Yeah, and it's odd.
Oh,
I mean,
hey.
I think this is really just a matter of very aggressive Genji finally coming together as a team. And one of the biggest criticisms I had of them throughout the entire season is just sort of a lack of coordination and teamwork. Their ult economy, obviously, the usage could have got a little bit better, and usually it's just desynced ults. Like they'll be Chromatic will lay down this juicy Graviton, no follow up. But this game, this series, I should say, seems like everyone's really on the same page. Communication seems to be up, and not even wasting that res there. Like I pointed out earlier, they're really coming together as a team.
Quit screwing around and get
Hold
ready
on,
to
I gotta check my weather report because I just remember how I talked about that tornado earlier. Yeah, apparently my phone is starting to yell at me that there's a tornado warning, extreme alert, till 8:30. How about that?
Huh. Do you see it outside? Is it coming
No,
for you?
I don't know. We're gonna definitely see what happens as we go in, but I got a game to cast. If I die, I just want everyone to know that I die casting what I love, and that is Overwatch.
Yeah. If UTech was kill or something, I don't know. he loved it. That's on your tombstone, right? What do you want me to put on your tombstone?
I'd probably some extra cheese and pepperoni.
All right. Sarcastic.
All right, so we got team coming in. Chromatic on very aggressive Genji, charging in the front line. Think twice, getting not even picked off, just getting shield, and a nice pick from Josh Danko, making sure that they're already down 4. And it looks like they're just going to continue on pushing this, getting stopped by the Winston, but they're only 3v5 right now. They're very, very much going to get routed. And if this is not a free win, I don't know what is. I'm going to already start looking at my weather report. It looks like they're going to already have this.
Oh, but Tree is back to the point as Junkrat here. He does have the tire, but he's extremely low in the mix of things, and he gets taken out before he can pop off that rib tire. And
they're just coming in one at a time, and that's probably one of the cleanest games I've seen in a long time.
Final score 1-0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does this mean that, I mean, I know Tree is subbing in for Cal. Was Cal just the key that allowed CU in the finals to, be able to pop off, or?
Play of the game.
Maybe. The thing is, like what I said earlier, I really think this is just an overperformance out of very aggressive Genji. But first, let's talk about Josh Danko here at the very end to secure the defense, the casual 3K rocket barrage, maybe kill a baby diva at the end there too. Why not? Solid ferret work out of him, like as per usual.
Epic
That's how we do it.
I think definitely see you in the finals. They're gonna have just pull out the Torbjorn plays. It's just gonna have to be Torbjorn.
Torbjorn is the answer.
Torbjorn is the answer against the Pharah. I hope they know that that is what they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we look at this, very aggressive Genji, they have 2 wins. They have 2 wins. They just need one more, and they'll go on to the next game.
Yeah, and I think that would sort of uproot a lot of people's predictions going into tonight, and really how they thought the playoffs would have played out. I mean, you might have been able to predict very aggressive Genji taking a couple maps and making it like kind of close, but these 2 map wins were pretty definitive.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you have to give credit where credit's due. Very aggressive Genji is playing very much like a team. You know, they have Josh Danko and Chromatic is a big threat to DPS, able to just kind of get a pick and kind of steamroll from there. You know, Thor, he's gotten better on the Winston or whatever tank he's playing.
He's playing a lot of Zarya, which I don't know if did we
I mean,
in week 10
seen...
week 10 we played on the new patch, right, with the Zarya buffs and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so, but they haven't. That's the important thing. And now that they're running this triple DPS and they take him off the Winston, which he was kind of struggling on here and there, but the Zarya play seemed really solid.
Yeah, and I mean it's pretty crazy as to how everything's working. It looks like I'm also trying to look at the weather report on my phone as we're doing this, trying to see where this godforsaken tornado is, and
it's right behind you.
Oh no!
It gotcha.
Gotcha! Bamboozled again by Mother Nature. She's angry that I didn't call her last time.
Ooh.
Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
So same bands here from Very Aggressive Genji, Route 66, Gibraltar, Hollywood, and Nimbani. And we've been talking a lot about Vag and kind of their great comeback here, but I mean, let's talk about seeing the finals for a bit here, because strong team nonetheless. They have played spectacularly well throughout the course of the season, and a lot of people they kind of had like this upward trajectory near the end. They had like some sub issues in the early half of the season, which is kind of hard to get a consistent picture of their power level. But to me, it seemed like they were just going up and up. And then you heard about Cal hook resets. Obviously, he's not able to play this first playoff match. They sub in Tree, and even when you hear that on paper, you're like, okay, that's fine. He'll slot in there. See, in the finals, they're just gonna keep playing their game, really solid teamwork game. But that doesn't seem to be the case tonight, unfortunately. But I'm hopeful, and they do pick Nepal, and I think this is a good idea. I was gonna say this before they picked it. I think they should definitely go to King of the Hill, because 2CP and then that escort map weren't doing the trick. I think they just need a frag out, get Tree on that pharmacy, get him the Pharah Mercy combo with AGS0, and just start ripping kids.
Agreed. I mean, definitely an interesting. Oh damn, that.
Oh damn, it is right behind me.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's you can see if you look at the weather, it's like a giant long strip that's like slightly south of where I am. Oh boy, wish I was in the Twin Cities more deeply in there. I feel like it's safer there.
It is. I'm kind of near. I'm in Uptown now. I used to live even closer in Loring Park, which is like literally right next to downtown. You don't have to fear too much as far as disastrous weather goes, but yeah, I fear for your life in Joey's, and I know there's a couple other people here in the league that live in that southern Minnesota area.
Oh, Joey will be fine. He's closer. He's in Uptown.
Oh yeah, you're right. He didn't move. I always forget that. Yeah, but hopefully, I mean, we might almost be done here. So.
Yeah. It looks like we're coming in on the red side. We have a very aggressive Genji, and we're gonna actually see the Genji with your Pendry on the Hanzo, Crystallize on Anna, Think Twice on the Reaper.
There's no way the Hanzo comes out here, but
the Hanzo's coming out.
There's no way.
Hanzo's coming out.
Oh,
Hanzo is. I mean that, or they're gonna run a Zenyatta.
Yeah, or Lucio. I'd say a Lucio would be the. Oh no, wait a minute.
Lucio would be the
No.
optimal pick.
No,
but they're-
without knowing the enemy team, like if this was a solo queue game, I'd say Lucio. But knowing that they're playing against Tree, I think you're right. Zen actually would have been the better pick here for the Discord. But they also not running any like hit scan per se, like a no McCree or Soldier to really take aim at Tree. So they're really just gonna try to do battle with Pharmacy versus Pharmacy here.
Yeah, and it looks like gonna have some fun plays. Thor kind of jumping away just to safety. Josh Danko able to, lay as many rockets as he can. But it looks like Chromatic and Think Twice, they're gonna try to stay on point. Valkyr and Think Twice already getting taken down for 1-for-1 trade here. But it's DPS for tank. See who goes down. Next is Thor, so it looks like you have the advantage on seeing the finals, but balancing it out. Your Pendry also going down, making sure that only one support can actually say that. But he's just gonna stay pocketing the pharmacy. Gonna see who can kind of frag out here. Tree taking out Crystallize who's on the Mercy, and it looks like seeing the finals is gonna be able to frag out here to keep on the point.
Yeah, real back and forth battle there, and a lot of contestant going out. And oh yeah, Think Twice double frags there.
And it looks like another coming in. Josh Danko coming in with a nice rocket barrage, making sure that he can try to get what he can. And it looks like they're going to be able to take the point and get some percentage points for themselves. Not having to use very many ults at the same time. I mean, ult economy is going in the way of very aggressive Genji, and it looks like they're going to be able to hold on to this point. I'm also trying to see what the radar has in store for us. Okay.
Routing power to forward shield.
Only I could actually zoom in to where I need to. Just says warning. Tornado watch or warning for till 8:30. Well, let's see. And here comes the weak blade. Already getting taken out. Unable to be effective at all. Here comes Josh Danko getting through. Now it's Tree making sure he can use his ult. Not able to do anything. The Blue are getting a nice suicide kill on the infantry. And Zedek is able to clean up the rest of the team, allowing see in the finals get their percentage points.
There.
Thank you.
It looks like Crystallize just trying to die so he can get back this thing. But,
Yep.
glorious sacrifice for a glorious Mercy main.
Yeah, and Chromatic had the Dragon Blade there, and he got picked off right after activating it. And actually, he lost all of it. Genji ult is a pretty lenient ult as far as like the channel time goes, and you can still be like killed technically after you hear the voice line. And he still retains the Dragon Blade. There's a lot of rage. I think it's bad too, but Papa Jeff, he'll figure it out.
He'll balance the game eventually, right?
Yeah.
They already want to please everyone. They'll be able to please everyone, right?
Yeah.
But can't talk about that now. Papa Jeff, his Valkyr just got headshot and res, making sure that the Monkey Man can stay alive. Thor trying to do what he can, try to get in the back lines. Unable to really do much as he's going to get picked off himself. Making sure it's kind of a ragtag group of everyone just kind of shooting and seeing who they can pick up. Josh Danko getting a nice big ult, and able to do it as it is met with a tranquility. But two people, both offensive heroes, Screamer and the Pharah, being rezzed, and looks like the two supports of seeing the finals are going to be taken down as they just kind of want to keep on stalling as much as they can, just to try to at least get to that 90% mark. But it looks like they're not going to be able to do that, only going to be able to get to 86%. It looks like we have percentage points up to 50% for the Red Sea team with very aggressive Genji. Oh man.
Your Pendry
I could
on
only
this
be more
Lucio.
excited if I wasn't also doing this with fear of my life. All right. I'm also like looking out at the door, just like there's another pause coming in. Thor apparently getting killed and leaving the game. Maybe he heard about the tornado and he's trying to save me. Thor, God bless. Drive to my address. I won't say it on stream, but I'll text it to you, and then you come save me from the tornado. I think it's bad at me. I think I must have done something wrong in a past life.
Yeah, Probably. I mean, I've heard Mother Nature has a real nasty habit of vengeance.
I mean, I think that Tornado has a gun. Like, Tornado's gonna come and shoot me.
Watch out for that. But you know, but let's talk a little bit about what happened right before this pause. It was a 1-for-1 trade here, and it appears I didn't catch it, but Thor must have just frozen, stood still, because it seemed like a pretty easy pick off onto him. But Josh Danko also answering back onto the support Dano22 from seeing the finals. Tree on this McCree now. Flexes over from the Pharah. They keep the Mercy, drop the Pharmacy, and I think they're just looking for, you know, taking Josh Danko out of the air. Or maybe McCree, people underestimate how good Flashbang is for canceling ultimates. Cancel Rocket Barrage, you can cancel Death Blossom. I don't think you cancel Tag Visor? No, I'm pretty sure. No, it's a channel.
Stays, yeah, it stays on.
Yeah, but I mean, just the fact that 1 second of the attack visor not shooting, I mean, you can do the insta headshot onto a Soldier 76 and just stop that dead in its tracks. So Flashbang is an incredibly useful tool for stopping a lot of these like high damage DPS ults.
Exactly, and then you, of course, I wonder if it would be a good idea for in the finals to actually go triple DPS themselves. I mean, especially if they're able to take out, maybe keep the D.Va just to, you know, control a little bit of the spam that's going on. I mean, if they're running well, I guess they're no longer running the Pharmacy combo, but
true. Yeah, no, the D.Va would also be highly effective against those ultimates, as I just said. Rocket Barrage, Death Blossom, Attack Visor, you can just eat all of that up. So,
especially since they are running the Reaper, it might be hard for Valkyr on the Winston just to be able to kind of go in and do a lot of work, unless, you know, think twice is going off and being super aggressive somewhere else. But I mean, it is in their name, so it's not too uncommon.
Right.
But let's see. Think twice. Using his ult. No one. Kidding.
Oh!
He gets stunned, but doesn't even able to do anything. Think twice is able to break out. And a nice drop the beat as AJS0 reses 3 people back up, trying to keep this fight alive, but not able to do much. Looks like Chromatic coming in on backlines, trying to see if he can pick anyone up, and no one's able to do anything. Chromatic able to take out Zedekis before he's able to really do anything with his Death Blossom. And it looks like very aggressive Genji is able to hold on to it, as Dano is going to try to do his best just to try to keep Labur alive. And the tanks try to do their best to stall it out. It is 99%. But a nice insurance policy coming in from the Mercy to make sure that they keep a healthy 6 people on the point. And it looks like they're going to be staggering unless someone can, you know, do a miracle play. Miracle Man! We summon you! Come on! Come
comes out of nowhere, contests the point.
Help the team!
Yeah, one free miracle when you activate Miracle Man.
0.
Dude, that would be the best Magic card.
Miracles. Wait, is that an actual keyword in Magic? Maybe there's some Magic players in chat, or is it Hearthstone? Am I thinking of? I think there's a mechanic in one of in a card game called Miracle, or there's a deck called Miracles, or
I don't know. See, Blizzard can only have one good game at a time.
Wait, what's their one good game now?
Right now they have Overwatch.
Oh, really? You think that's the one good game?
That's the one good. Well, I mean, the one game that overshadows everything else. I mean, like, look, they had WoW in their heyday, and now, I mean, yeah, they do have Hearthstone, but who really wants to play Hearthstone when you can play, you know, that anime card game that's just a rip of Hearthstone, but anime?
That'll do.
All right. Well, we're here on Nepal Sanctum,
and it looks like Zedekis already gonna get a popping off, making sure Thor on the Winston is taken out. But another 1-for-1 trade with Josh Danko able to go in as he's in the sky, and it looks like very aggressive Genji able to kind of pick off and kind of zone out everybody on seeing the finals, and no one's able to really kind of work as a team as Labur is seen alone with Zedekis, and they're not really able to do anything. Labur just kind of trying to do what he can. He's going to have to run away just so he can stay alive. Chromatic's coming in from the other side, trying to build up their ults to see what they can get, make sure for the next fight they have something. He's going to do a little bit of poking. not too much. Just gonna see what they can get. What they can get, like a turtle. Just to, poke their heads out and see if they can, if there's anything good to knob on. Looks like they're gonna start coming out. See if they'll be a little aggressive. They're very timid. They have 2 dive tanks, and they refuse to dive. Who would have thought?
Oh, there it is.
Dano finally diving, able to take out Chromatic, making sure that they have the 6v4. And it looks like Thor going down as well. Popping, looks like Valkyrio popping the Tranquility to make sure people stay alive. Getting the 2 supports into the box room. Dano trying to see what he can do. Unable to do much, but they are able to get the point as they kind of keep their numbers higher than normal. Like Think Twice coming to the back line, being able to take him down. Is he going to be able to get taken down? He's going to Wraith Thorn back as Dano and Zedekiss are one-man armies trying to hold in. And a nice big Angry Monkey, but Tactical Visor being popped off with the Mercy, who's making sure he can able to damage. And it looks like a Death Blossom coming in to Think Twice, able to get rid of the supports with the Wombo combo of Chromatic in the back line. Mad Monkey not able to do anything. Zedekiss trying to do what he can, but a nice res coming in from Crystallize, as well as a drop beat from the Lucio before able to mitigate a lot of the damage from Zedekiss on the Reaper.
Yeah, another one of those insurance reses there at the end, and something I was going to bring up before that fight, huge ult economies for both teams, full 6 for Very Aggressive Genji, I think 5 for C in the finals, and look where we are now, just 1-1 apiece here.
Yeah, and everything going on, playing in the corner, just a great thing. And here comes the self-destruct coming in out of nowhere, getting a nice pick up onto the Mercy, making sure that's one less healer that they have to worry about and have to pick up. Think Twice being able to get taken out, able to kind of lock onto them, making sure that no one's able to do it. But there's Angry Monkey and Thor. He is feeling it. But he gets taken down himself, making sure. But Chromatic coming in from background, being able to. He has free reign to shoot anyone he wants because there is no Labur to eat up all the bullets, and that is point number 2. Very Aggressive Genji, and they are problem stopping. See you in the finals. We are underselling this in how they are just able to just clean up everything. It's really coming down to the DPS performance by Chromatic and Josh Danko, as they're able to, and I mean also Think Twice. All 3 of them on this triple DPS comp are just doing their jobs, able to find the openings. And if you think about it, Dano and Blabur aren't really coordinating with their team, and they're to just either dive on who needs to be dove on, or it's either the tanks or the rest of the team. That's what I can see. I think they all just need to go in, balls to the wall, all of them, just to have a nice good old slugfest.
Yeah, and they have certainly an interesting composition coming out of the gate here, with Orisa in the mix here. Down to 22, swapping over to the Zarya as well, and AJ's here on the Lucio, so no Mercy like they usually have here, but looks like it's pretty even, 2 for 2.
It's very interesting. They're trying to run dive support with non-dive tanks.
Yeah.
Non-dive DPS. I think AJ has 0. Swift, you need to switch back to Mercy because that's going to keep your tanks. That's going to keep your pharmacy dreams alive. And it looks like with that, but maybe I spoke too soon because Zedekiss on the Reaper, able to pop off. He's on fire. He's able to clean up. I spoke too soon. I wasn't even paying attention.
Well, I mean, no, you bring up a fantastic point. I agree that these are the wrong support picks for the 2 tanks you're running, Orisa, Zarya. You have to run an Ana here. It's pretty much the Ana wet dream. You have these 2 tanks that stand literally right next to each other, and Orisa needs a lot of healing sometimes to stay up. When the shield's down and the fortify's down, she is really easy picking. So it's important to have that pocket healer in the back.
This might be their lucky day, as they're coming in from 2 sides. Looks like Thor and your Pendry. See if they're going to be able to get picked up here. Kind of able to stay alive, able to kind of keep poking with the Pharah up on the high ground. Zedekiss able to take out Thor. And it looks like it's going to be a 6v5 as it looks like Josh Dangle coming in, able to get 3 with sacrificing his own life, but able to get only leave 3 people on the cart and see if they can on the point. As Valkyrie are able to use his tranquility to try to keep in, and a counter rocket barrage coming in from the tree, but unable to stay alive as Chromatic is able to shoot him down as he is a sitting duck. And here comes attack by the coming with Chromatic, but a nice sound barrier coming in from AJS0 to make sure everyone stays alive. You know, a one-for-one trade for ultimates, but overall still on the side of seeing the finals, and we could be seeing the likes of a comeback.
Yeah, I mean that sound barrier just makes sense. That on paper, that's you take that trade any day of the week. They had control of the point already, and they're going to keep having control of it. That sacrificer could have wiped them out easily.
It looks like Thor coming in with Mad Monkey, unable to do much. Think twice from using his death boss, but unable to get anyone, as they all are able to just kind of run away. That's ult coming out of Crystallize, trying to keep people on their side up. But it looks like very aggressive Genji able to frag out a little bit, taking down Blue Tree and Dano on the 2 tanks and the offensive of the Pharah. And it looks like AJS0 just going to try to stall as much as he can, but they already have 99%, so they just need to try to regroup. And they have an ultimate coming out from Dano on the Zarya, so if they're able to get to combo it up, just take their time. They have all a good 2 to 3 pushes to do whatever they want, and if they're able to just kind of get a nice team wipe, hey, anything's possible. Moen think twice, making sure he's not able to do anything sneaky. Gonna stay on the side. Bulbur is gonna play super aggressive forward and a nice grappling from his thing. Josh Dangle trying to be very sneaky, and a preemptive Graviton Surge, but no one's able to really follow up with the Graviton Surge, but Zedeka's able to follow up with just getting shot after shot after shot. Tree able to get that, and it looks like very aggressive Genji is falling down one by one. Crystallize has his ult, but Crystallize is nowhere to be found with a Mercy, and it looks like 1 point, finally, 1 point is gonna be coming to be in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, just the real solid turnaround there from seeing the finals. I thought they played that point pretty excellently. Especially Dano 22 on the Zarya might be something that they keep on riding through this match, because he seemed to be very effective on that. Even at that graph at the end, there didn't seem to be a lot of follow-up right away.
A little preemptive, but
it's a little preemptive, but it did get two of the supports, and more importantly, they killed Crystallize at the very start.
I think the biggest thing, even though it was preemptive, it definitely was able to zone out a lot of, as you said, a lot of the supports, just allowing, Zedekis to play that, hide and pounce Reaper that we all know and love from Season 2, back in the Beyblade era.
Yeah.
And just to be able to just kind of frag out. I mean, Reaper is one of his favorite heroes that he just likes to play and is, has a very good understanding about what he can and can't do. And I think that's really starting to show. I think if they're able to play around him a little bit, we'll give them the chance to, come back. But with that being said, Blabur did have, it looks like he had a DC, so they had to pause the game. Weather is a thing, and bad ISPs are also a thing. Josh Danko, I hope you come back to save the internet one day. But we can't all be heroes here.
Well, the world does need more.
World does need more. I wonder who the next hero is going to be, and I wonder if they're going to come out with 2 heroes.
I think if Blizzard just really wants to troll the competitive community, just release another DPS hero. I just might quit the game if that happens.
Well, they would need what? They've already released a tank. They've already released a support. It would be a defensive hero, I guess.
Ooh, oh, I see. Yeah, you're right. The 3 heroes they've released have hit those 3 categories. Only 1 left. We'll see. I think it'll.
I feel like they need either another support hero or maybe another tank hero. Could be wrong. But
yeah, we'll see.
I think I would like to see another support hero to maybe, you know, kind of divvy up those support roles, because right now you just see very dominate, a lot of domination from Lucio, and a lot of domination, well, what is
Well,
it, Lucio Zenyatta right now?
The Lucio problem is almost a little bit separate than this support issue, because he is truly unique in the fact that he has speed boost, which is like so critical to Overwatch, and like we've entered like this super, I mean, dive meta was like the complete exacerbation of mobility creep, right? Like you play Genji, Tracer, Winston, Diva, right? You play all these heroes that can just get anywhere all the time, non-stop, right? And it's really hard to play around that when you play those slower heroes. But we're here. We're on Village again.
Yep. And we're already playing again, and they're trying to see who can get the high ground. It looks like we're gonna kind of have a small clown fiesta. As
A small one.
Picks are, it's a small clown fiesta.
Yeah.
I can just hear the noise in the background. As Dano and Zedekis on the Zarya and Reaper get picked up, as well as Josh Danko, a pair on the skies. And it looks like very aggressive Genji taking more of the picks, able to stay on point. HS08 as well, just able to keep everyone alive as Before and Tree are able to kind of stay as a nice 3-man unit, trying to do what they can to frag out, using their space to their advantage. Already a Pulse Bomb coming out from Chromatic, able to get it that fast. Tree being able to use, unable to get anyone with the Rocket Barrage, as, you know, just damage after damage after damage, and it looks like, even though a nice sound barrier trying to keep the 3-man unit alive, HGS0, all he's got to do is just stay near Before, and he's just got to swing that hammer. And it looks like, even though in the beginning it looked like very aggressive Genji was getting the picks, it looks like seeing the finals was able to just hold out. I don't know what to think about that. My whole concept of Overwatch is being questioned. What do I think?
That whole fight was basically Tree versus Chromatic. Chromatic was just dodging in and out constantly, left and right, trying to take out Tree. Tree trying to do the same. Not able to hit the rockets on the Sneaky Tracer. The Pulse Bomb and Rocket Barrage were both expended to try to take one of each other out. But there it is.
Josh Danko coming in from behind, making sure that he can get the 3-man unit out with Dano, Bluer, and HS0, as well as Valkyrie getting taken down. And a nice clean sweep. Zedekis on the Reaper trying to see who gets booted back, unable to do anything. And it looks like the point is going to go over to very aggressive Genji. 70 points, though, or 70 percentage points on to see in the finals, so nothing to scoff at. But
yeah, that's like 1.5 fights. You could potentially, depending on how slow the offense plays it on the retake, assuming, you know, very aggressive Genji does recap it, that's a pretty good percentage to be at. Ideally, you'd want it a little bit higher in the mid-80s to really secure that one fight win, but
looks like Think Twice getting moved back, unable to really do much, as Valkyrie going super balls to the wall. And he comes back to 3-man death unit. They just got to give that speed boost to Blabur and just let him hammer down with his hammer. Oh, and Chromatic, nice 2-man. Able to frag out, and it looks like I'll have a 5v1 fight with very aggressive Genji coming out on top of that entire debacle.
oh yeah, I did. I just watched or just did Twitch chat. We forgot about Sombra. I mean, the thing is, she's not like a true DPS, right? In the sense that like, hey, I'm here to like just do a bunch of damage. She really is like this utility support.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's that's a good point. Thank you, Crusets, for reminding us that. That's an important fact. But oh, Babur.
But it's like, I don't know, I have a bone to pick with, well, a comparison to make with oh, and a nice Rocket Barrage coming out from Josh Danko. Able to get at least one person. All he needs to do is get one person. And there's the 1-for-1 trade. But here comes a nice big Graviton surge, but unable to get anyone as the comfort of the sound barrier able to keep them safe. Another sound barrier coming in for very aggressive Genji, making sure that no one's able to be taken down. And it looks like if they don't do anything fast, they're not able to frag out. It looks like the entire series is going to keep down to, oh, and a Tranquility coming in from Valkyrie. He doesn't want to give up this game yet. Tree trying to do his best to frag out. Able to do anything. Valkyrie, he has the balls, he has the cojones. Can he take out anyone? Dano and the Deathman. Oh, and a big Graviton surge coming in. Seeing if they can get anyone. And here comes Labur. Swing your hammer. Don't do anything else but swing your hammer. He can't even do that as he's pussies out, and AJS0 trying to do what he can to salvage this. And with that, bye-bye, see you in the finals. We will no longer be seeing you. Hello, very aggressive Genji. We will be seeing you against next week against
Play
Winstony
of the
Baloney.
game.
As here we go, the big play of the game. Think twice on the Reaper. Let's see what he's doing. He didn't see anything. But guess what? He can't get the headshot, so he's just gonna be able to frag out from here. Getting ping, bang, boom, bam, boom,
Bang,
bam, boom.
So solid shotgun work there from Think Twice on the Reaper. Yeah, let's just forget about the Death Blossom there.
We didn't even need to worry about that. I mean, he already got pooped away. The entire effectiveness of what he had was gone. But, you know, who knows? Who knows, man? But all in all, very surprising performance coming out of the 4th place team of Very Aggressive Genji. Definitely Josh Danko, Chromatic, and Think Twice kind of finding their stride in this triple DPS comp that they're, you know, scouring out. I wonder how next week Winstony Baloney's going to have to deal with it.
I am too looking forward to that. As game plans might be changing. But so yeah, that's it. They'll wrap up tonight, folks. Like you said, Utex, Very Aggressive Genji taking on Winstony Baloney next Wednesday.
I think we all know who to blame, though. It has to be Hook Resets for not being there, but it's okay. But
rip.
He's on vacation.
Yeah. Rip.
Sorry, man. I got to give you a little bit of shit. Rip the dream.
Rip Aroni. Yeah. It sucks. I mean, honestly, I feel for him because I know what it feels like to sort of sit out when you're with your team trying to play without you. You know, like whether you're on a business trip or you don't have the computer to play it. I think everyone can sympathize. It feels bad.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It feels bad, but all in all, you have to give them a lot of credit where credit's due because that team worked very hard. They continually practiced. A lot of them got a lot better over this one season of Batty Overwatch League. You know, there's memes, there were dreams, and there was the Weeb Hut. Let's never forget.
Yep, never forget the memes and the dreams. And tune in next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Best of 5, 0-0 start. Winstony Baloney and Very Aggressive Genji. Until then, bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.